career start against the Chicago White Sox. He hopes to pitch better here today than he did in his first 2 starts, making his major league debut as a starter against the White Sox. He's worked a total of 9 innings. He's given up 11 earned runs.
And he'll try to get the Chicago lineup out headlined by Alexei Ramirez, who did his usual damage against the Twins today already.
Yeah, 2-run home run in the first inning off of Phil Hughes, even though both runs were unearned. 99 home runs, 17 against the Twins in his career. This guy has really tortured the Twins pitching staff.
Just a couple days ago, the Twins lost both ends of a doubleheader to the Cleveland Indians. They'll hope to gain a split here this afternoon on the south side of Chicago. The rain, heavy rain, hit the Chicago area mid-afternoon on yesterday, so we had an earlier game that saw Phil Hughes give the Twins a really good chance to win. The Twins didn't get much done. The hitting conditions were terrible. It had nothing to do with the temperature or anything. It was the sun conditions, but we won't have that issue in the nightcap. The Menards batting order for the Twins: Jordan Schaefer leading off, Brian Dozier, Joe Mauer, Kenny Vargas, Trevor Plouffe. Oswaldo Arcia got a hit in the afternoon game. Eduardo Nunez, Chris Parmelee, and then Eric Fryer.
And it'll be, that lineup will face 29-year-old rookie Scott Carroll, making his 18th start of the year, his 24th game. Now, this is his 3rd start against the Twins in his 4th game. No record yet. Very good, 2.70 in those 2 starts, and then a relief appearance. As a starter, Carroll 4-10 with an ERA of 5.55.
Here's how the White Sox lineup defensively, brought to you by Northland Ford. Michael Taylor's in left field. Moises Sierra in center. Avisail Garcia in right. And Marcus Semien is, I believe, at
third base.
Yeah. Marcus Semien is at second base, I believe, and Leury Garcia is at third. Right. Ramirez at short. And Diane Viciedo at first. Josh Fegley behind the plate. Here we go. And Jordan Schaefer takes a strike. Schaefer, Dozier, and Bauer to get things started.
Yeah, Twins will see a good fastball in the low 90s, a split finger, and a slider, and a slow curveball from Carroll.
And Schaefer smacks a single to left. And Schaefer's aboard. We'll see if he has intentions of stealing second with Dozier at the plate.
Yeah, Schaefer stuck on 99 stolen bases. That two-seam fastball. Schaefer, good piece of hitting, just taking it the other way.
And now Dozier. Dozier stuck on 99 runs scored. Didn't score again this afternoon.
Got a couple 99s out there. 99 stolen bases for Schaefer.
Abreu stuck on 99 runs batted in.
And Ramirez has 99 career home runs.
There's a get smart joke in there someplace. 1-0 to Dozier. And Schaefer takes off. Fegley's throw in time to get him. Quick tag by Marcus Semien with Fegley's throw a little bit off target. And Semien is able to make the catch and sweep the tag over.
Well, Schaefer again, I'll have to wait. Only the second time he's been thrown out this year. Good strong throw. Semien getting it and tagging Schaefer out. You see how he gets in front of that bag. Shades of Bobby Grich. Bobby Grich used to do that. Drop that knee. You almost have to go around that leg to get to second base.
Nice quick hands, though. You have to backhand the catch and then swing the tag over, and Dozier bounces one foul out of the glove of Garcia, the third baseman. 2-1. Schaefer getting some eye wash there.
Got a little dirt in his eye.
Where he hit the dirt is where they sprinkled some of the diamond dry near second base. There's a called strike, 2-2. And Dozier hitting a hit.
Got the back, yeah.
He'll go to first.
That's the 10 hits batsman, number 10 for Carroll. That ball wasn't even close. Trying to run that two-seamer, but got the back of Brian Dozier.
He's had a couple of batters, or hit a couple of Chicago batters in the 8th inning. Phil Hughes hit one. Michael Tonkin hit another. Here's Bauer. Dozier hasn't been the base stealing force he was in the first 4 months of the season. Bauer with a hit, and he hit two balls almost to the corner of the warning track in left field that were both caught. So he hit the ball hard 3 times, had just one hit, and that's kind of one of several reasons why Joe's overall numbers this year are down significantly from what they've been in the past.
Yeah, Taylor, the left fielder, he's kind of shading that line a little bit.
We only
left field line.
We see the Twins a lot, so there might be other hitters in baseball that have been more impacted by the shifting. And it's not just the infield, it's the outfield shifts as well, but I can't believe there's anybody that's been more compromised with the shifting than Joe has.
Yeah, I said in game 1, now it becomes an adjustment period for Joe to try to start maybe pulling the ball or hitting the ball more to left center than down that left field line that he does so well.
Well, as we discussed that, if he hits that same ball in the right field corner, he's got at least a double and very likely a triple, because the right fielder Garcia is that's probably 110 feet away from the foul line. Carroll all over the place here. 3-1 to Mauer with Vargas on deck.
Well, it took Carroll a while to get to the big leagues between the Reds and the White Sox organizations. 8 seasons in the minor leagues. A lot of minor league starts, 107. Getting called up on April 27th from AAA Charlotte. Did some relieving and then put into the starting rotation.
And ball 4 to Mauer. Carroll still hasn't retired a batter yet. He gave up a base hit, a hit batter, now a walk.
Let's take a look at the Mall of America scouting report on Scott Carroll. Good sinking fastball. We've seen that. Ask Brian Dozier. That sunk right into his back. Split finger, slider, slow curve. And when he's on, he relies on ground ball outs. 21 double plays turned behind Carroll so far this year.
Cooper, the pitching coach, has some projects he's working with, although Carroll's had every opportunity to go out there and make an impression. The results would suggest that the White Sox aren't locked in on Carroll being a starter for them next year. See what Vargas can get done here. Average took a 7-point hit again in game 1. Popped up wide of third, and a long run for Garcia. And he's there on the warning track to make the catch, 2 down.
Yeah, that kind of looked like it was going to go over into the stands, but then it kind of drifted back. And a quick out as Vargas pops up.
The Twins need a hit me up here from Plouffe. It would be nice to send Logan Darnell out on the mound with a lead.
Trevor 0 for 3 in game 1 with a couple strikeouts, but who did not strike out in game 1? 29 total strikeouts between the White Sox and the Twins in that first game.
That is a record, by the way, for the Twins. Strike 1 to Plouffe. And we didn't even have a bottom of the ninth. There's probably, at the rate we were going, there's 2 more there that we can't add to the list. Swing and a miss, 2 strikes. First 3 batters reached, 1 on a hit, 1 a hit batter, another walk. One and 2. Got a piece of it. Fairly quick game this afternoon with all the strikeouts. The White Sox won a 5-1 ball game.
Carroll making his 18th major league start. His last 3 starts 0-3, an ERA at 4.5. Pitched a pretty good ball game in his last start, but he lost 2-0 to the Cleveland Indians in Cleveland.
Still 1-2. Twins leading the season series with the White Sox 9-8. Ventura's team now 5 games ahead of the Twins in 4th place in the division. 1-2 to Plouffe. Check and swing 2-2.
That's a good hold right there by Plouffe. That was the same pitch that he swung through for strike 2. Hard breaking ball down and away. Trevor able to keep the barrel of the bat back.
now a full count. Dozier from second, Mauer from first will be able to leave early. Arcia on deck. Who's battled to make this a full count here. To right center field, down for a hit. Dozier will score. Bauer to third base. Big 2-out, 2-strike hit for Trevor Plouffe.
Yeah, nice hitting right there on a 3-2 pitch. Carroll gave him a pitch that he could hit the other way, which he did. His 74th run batted in as Brian Dozier scores for the 100th time this year. Sinker that stayed up. So Dozier becoming the 20th Twin player to score 100 or more runs in a season. First one since Michael Kadire.
Congratulations to Dozier, who was challenged by Paul Molitor to score 100 runs. And he's done it with a couple weeks to go. Second in the league to Mike Trout. And now Oswaldo Arcia. Probably he was the one player who had the best at bats this afternoon throughout the game.
Where are you going, guys?
Takes one down and in, ball one. Fact remains, we're 5 batters into this game, and Carroll's only retired 1 man. Schaefer was thrown out trying to steal. Vargas fouled out on the first pitch he saw in the first. It's not been a good start for Carroll at all. A strike, 1-1. Two and one.
Finding his control right here. 39 walks in 116 innings pitched for Carroll. He made a major league debut back on April 27th, a start I'm sure he will never forget. He ended up beating David Price in the Tampa Bay Rays 9-2. He pitched into the 8th inning. Won that ball game 9-2.
Half swing, but a strike. Garcia asking for an appeal, but Eric Cooper's the home plate umpire. He made that call all by himself. Two and two to Arcia. Protecting the outside corner. He got a piece of it. Garcia takes a close pitch low, 3-2. And now Plouffe will be able to leave early from first.
27 pitches already for Carroll.
Full count to Arcia. Twins already up 1-0. Arcia gives it a ride to right center field. Back to the wall. That ball is gone. A 3-run home run.
Home run number 17. A big 3-run home run gives the Twins a 4-0 lead. Carroll allowing his 13th home run of the year. Plouffe got a base hit on a 3-2 pitch. Arcia on a sinker that stayed about thigh high, hits it to straightaway center.
And a good.
Logan Darnell does have some runs to work with.
Some 2-out hits, giving Darnell some run support early, and now Eduardo Nunez takes a strike. Yeah, I can get off my seat, high five the guy who hit a 3-run homer for me too. Chopped to third, gobbled up by Garcia. That ends the inning, but not until Plouffe delivers the first run with a single with 2 out, and Arcia clubs a 3-run home run. Best day last year here at U.S. Cellular Field, getting a 3-run home run in his first at bat of the nightcap. Robin Ventura. This is as a manager. I suspect his record was a lot better than that as a player in the second game of the doubleheader. Menard's batting order: Marcus Semien, then Alexei Ramirez, Jose Abreu, Avisail Garcia, Diane Viciedo, Michael Taylor, Moises Sierra, Josh Fegley, and Leori Garcia.
And nobody should know the White Sox hitters better than Logan Darnell. He's making his 4th major league start, his 5th major league game, and this is his 3rd major league start against the White Sox. 0-1 with an ERA at 11, so he wants to pitch a lot better here.
First batter, Marcus Semien, then Alexei Ramirez and Jose Abreu. 1-0 the count. Semien clubbed a pinch hit double in the first game, late in the game. Vargas is going to try to track this, and Dozier had it in his glove, a foul ball, and it looked like Dozier called Vargas off, and then Dozier might have gotten his feet tangled up with the first baseman.
Yeah, I don't know how quick he called Vargas off. He was underneath it, and then Dozier at the last second called him off. See Vargas right here, maybe Dozier calling him off. And then finally Vargas gets out of the way, but there's a little bump right there. And that caused Dozier to drop the ball.
2-1 now. Instead of the first out for Darnell, he's got to come back and pitch to Semien. 2-1.
They'll give Dozier an air on that.
Drill fair down the line. So the error will cost the Twins a base runner here. Semien, who doubled in the first game off the bench, nearly hit a 3-run home run to left center. It's a double here to start the bottom of the first. That'll bring up Alexei Ramirez.
Semien got a pitch right here that kind of stayed middle in and opened up quickly and lined it into that left field area, right down that line.
Now Ramirez got the scoring started with a 2-run home run in the 3rd inning against Phil Hughes. Hughes was cruising along. Joe Mauer made an error. And With 2 outs, Ramirez drilled one into the bullpen in left. 1 strike. Ramirez asked for time. The Twins were hoping to have Tommy Milone, another left-handed starter, pitch this game here tonight, but Milone, first with a tired shoulder, now he's got a neck issue. It's on the right side. He's a left-handed pitcher. It's the right side of his neck. It's to the right field corner, but twisting foul. And so in Cleveland, the Twins juggled their rotation, decided they would push Milone back a couple of days and start Darnell here. The plan was for Milone to pitch Monday against the Tigers. Well, we tried to have a bullpen session earlier today. That didn't go well, so they scratched Milone now for Monday's start. And it sounds as if Anthony Swarzak might get the start Monday against Detroit. 2 strikes here to Alexei Ramirez. Tigers hosting the Indians. They're trailing early on, 2-0. In the 3rd inning at Comerica Park. Fouled off a foot. Ramirez an all-star this year. By all accounts, he's having his finest year in the big leagues.
And I think you can thank the Twins pitching staff for some of those numbers. A .320 career hitter against the Twins.
Dug out by Fryer nicely. Even last year when he only hit 6 home runs, he had 3 of those against the Twins. One and 2.
He's a guy that stands right on top of that plate, but almost dares you to go in, but he's very quick inside.
2 and 2.
Logan making his 3rd start against the White Sox. His first one, his first major league start came in Minnesota. Faced Chris Sale. They lost 7-0. Second start here in Chicago. Faced Chris Sale. Got a no decision in the White Sox 10-8 win.
Bounce to 3rd. Blue fires and stretched by Vargas. Might have had to dig that throw out of the dirt. 1 down. Semien stays at second base. 1 down. Northland Ford defense for the Twins. Harmony in left, Schaefer in center, Arcia in right, Loof, Nunez, Dozier, Vargas the infielders, and Eric Fryer behind the plate. So 1 down, and that'll bring up Jose Abreu. Abreu with a double down the right field line in the opening game, a double down the left field line. He got hit by a pitch late in the game. Takes ball 1 from Logan Darnell. One and 0. 1-1.
Abreu with 33 home runs, 99 runs batted in, hitting at .319.
Semien at second after his leadoff double. Missed inside, 2-1.
Trying to pitch Abreu inside here. All these pitches. Darnell down in AAA, made 19 starts in 23 games, 7 wins, 6 losses, an ERA of 3.6. 115 innings, 90 strikeouts, 49 walks.
Foul tip, and it's 2-2. Darnell here in part because Alex Meyer, the top prized pitching prospect for the Twins, was shelved with shoulder fatigue. Terry Ryan said again today for the first game that his intention was to call Meyer up so he would get a start in a situation like this, but once the shoulder fatigue set in, Meyer was done for the season. 2-2. And spun back over the screen. No shortage of pitchers for the Twins. They've got 4 left-handed relievers and 7 right-handed relievers. And that's with Darnell moved out of the bullpen into the rotation. So with these 2 doubleheaders in 3 days, and then Malone unable to make the start on Monday, the Twins expect they'll have enough pitchers to get through the games. 2-2. 3-2. Garcia on deck. And whether Swarzak starts Monday or not depends on the starters doing what Phil Hughes did in game 1, pitch deep into the ball game. If Swarzak would be needed here in this game, well, then that obviously would impact his ability on Monday. 3-2 to Abreu. Time called again.
Well, again, Abreu signing a 6-year contract by the White Sox over the winter. Made the All-Star team. 10 seasons in Cuba where he hit .341 with 178 home runs.
He takes a walk to fill first base. Carroll had a tough top of the first inning. Now Darnell having some issues, although with a base open and Abreu at the plate, you can understand why he'd pitch him carefully. Now he'll go after Garcia. Garcia hurt his non-throwing shoulder very early in the season, trying to make a diving catch, and the White Sox resigned themselves to the fact that he was going to be gone all year, but he's back for some September play. Darnell's obviously had a lot of base runners on, yet to get a ground ball double play. Taken low, ball 1. Darnell with the 2 starts against the White Sox. In his first start, 5 innings, didn't walk anybody, but he gave up 11 hits. And in the next start, 4 innings, 5 hits, and 4 walks. Swing and a miss. Garcia swinging for his own 3-run home run.
Yeah, a total of 16 hits in the 9 innings, 11 runs, 4 walks, 11 strikeouts. Giving up 1 home run to the White Sox, that being Ramirez.
Two.
Good fastballs, outer half of the plate, straight over the top. Darnell, 25 years old, signed by the Twins in 2010 out of the University of Kentucky. Keeping that ball down and away. Where the pitches have been.
Anywhere, particularly in this ballpark, that's a pretty good place to pitch, down on the lower, very lower tier of the strike zone.
Well, he said he hasn't gotten a double play yet with him on the mound, and that's where you want that pitch, down. Hopefully Garcia will beat it into the ground. Maybe the Twins can turn a double play behind him.
Another 1-2 pitch coming. Blocked by Fryer. And now. 22 pitches thrown for Logan Darnell. Still only 1 out on the board.
Yeah, this was a pitcher-catcher relationship formed down in Rochester. Good block by Fryer right there, who caught Darnell down in Rochester. Changeup right there. Garcia waited back nicely. His 5th home run of the year. And it's a 1-run ball game thanks to Garcia's 3-run home run.
Clean up for a reason, I guess. All those pitches down and away, and he left one right over the middle of the plate.
So Arcia hitting a 3-run home run in the top of the 1st inning, and Garcia hitting a 3-run home run in the bottom of the 1st inning.
And now Dan Viciedo. Base is empty.
And I thought we were going to have a pitcher's duel here.
You did not. Here's a liner to center. And Schaefer ends up backpedaling on a sinking line drive. And the tying runs on with still only 1 out. Michael Taylor will bat.
Yeah, Viciedo hitting this ball sharply, but Schaefer didn't see that ball. Thought about maybe coming in and realizing he couldn't get it, so he wanted to make sure he got it on that first hop without trying to maybe shoestring it.
Here's Taylor.
Didn't look like he got a good jump, though.
Now falling behind 1-0. I think we'd already played 3 innings this afternoon by this point, hadn't we? 1-0 to Michael Taylor. 2-0. Taylor hoping for a fresh start with a new organization. A big man. Safe at first.
Viciedo almost got caught taking a little step off, which he was off maybe about 5 feet. Viciedo right there, not a big lead. And able to get that foot back on the bag. Yeah, Taylor at 6'5", about 255, a September call-up for the White Sox. A lot of minor league home runs. 8 minor league seasons, 108 minor league home runs.
Ron Gardenhire coming out. The reason Fryer went to the mound was to tell Darnell to step off the rubber for a challenge to be executed. It has to be done before the pitcher assumes pitching position on the rubber. And Larry Steinbach said, nah, let's skip it. The one replay that we showed looked like Viciedo got his foot on the bag before Vargas's tag. 2-0. 2-1. They're again approaching the off season with spots available in the rotation. Chopper off the end of the bat, a base hit into right field. Viciedo digs for third. The tying runs at third with still only 1 out. Taylor chopped that ball hard into the dirt right in front of home plate, and it nearly flew into the outfield on the first hop. Anderson's coming to the mound.
Take a look at this pitch right there. He hit it sharply right into. See Dozier shading him a little bit up the middle. That big hole there. Good base running by Viciedo. It's a quick trip to the mound by the pitching coach, Rick Anderson. So both starters here in game 2 off to rocky starts. Darnell looking around in case the ball's hit to him. Who's covering second base?
We see Sierra, the batter. Sierra picked up from Toronto earlier this year.
Sierra hitting well, hitting .284. Limited playing time.
There's a chopper to third. And Plouffe looks a runner back, makes a good play. Viciedo was about a third of the way down the line, running up the line with Plouffe in pursuit of the ground ball. Viciedo stopped Plouffe, gave him another flare, and then fired to first for the second out.
And that's the important thing right there. Make him stop, and that's exactly what happened right there. So they do get the out at first base. So runners at second and third now with 2 outs.
Taylor advancing to second, and now Josh Phegley 0 for 7 on the season, 3 strikeouts. Down and in, ball 1. Strike ball, 1-1. 31 pitches for Logan Darnell.
Well, Scott Carroll needed 30 to get through the top of the first inning.
Two and 1.
Batter to bat here in the bottom of the first.
And now 2-2. Now the Twins sent 7 men to the plate. The White Sox have sent their 8th. He's already contributed in the ball game. His throw out of Darnell gave the White Sox their first out. Twins still managed to score 4 times. Foul over the Twins dugout.
Phegley last year, 65 games for the White Sox, hit only .206. September call up this year. Spent the whole season down in AAA.
Two and 2. Call third strike. 7 first inning runs. If you like run scoring, stay tuned. We're probably going to have some more for you.
is brought to you by CenturyLink, your link to what's next. Northland Ford. Visit northlandford.com and your local Northland Ford dealer today. And by Grand Casino. The best stories start here.
Avisail Garcia with a 3-run home run. Twins right fielder Oswaldo Arcia has a 3-run home run. More runs in the first inning than we had in the entire first game. Here's Chris Parmelee, who drove in the lone Twins run this afternoon. Strike one.
Yeah, Parmelee pinched hit in that 8th inning, drove in a run.
Down low, 1-1. It'll be Parmelee, Fryer, and Schaefer against Scott Carroll. Parmelee took a pitch outside off the plate and drove it hard to the gap in left center field to drive in a run for the Twins, making it a 3-1 game. Red Sox added 2 more in the 8th to win it 5-1. Inside, 2-1.
Pretty good pitch right there.
Foul back. 2-2. The outside corner, flips another one foul. Look at Parmelee's numbers by season's end for a guy who's taken off the 40-man roster. He's actually had a decent year, hitting over 250, 7 home runs, 25 runs batted in.
I think most importantly, he's done a good job against left-handed pitchers.
Right. High fly to center field. Retreating is Sierra. One down. It's a cool night and breezy. It feels like fall, but it doesn't feel like winter. And Corey Provis, the Twins radio play-by-play man exceptional, bundled up as if it's, December.
I believe he didn't he grow up here in Chicago?
Yes,
did work in Milwaukee, now in Minnesota.
Chris Atterbury, his partner's fine. Doesn't have got a flannel shirt on that probably shouldn't be worn in the press box. But
Paul Bunyan.
One down. Here's Eric Fryer.
Anybody looks like Paul Bunyan standing next to Corey.
1-1. I'm not that cold, are you?
No, it's not that bad, really.
Ago, I was in Houston. You weren't there.
I was in Florida. It was warmer and
and I walked across the street, and I thought my feet were going to melt. It's going to be a while before I get cold. 1-2. Inside 2-2. Fryer getting the start behind the plate. Those Mil Pintos also caught some of the non-Kurt Suzuki games. Fryer takes up high. 3-2. Fryer hits one hard to right center field. And that's going to run the gap. Nice sliding stop by Sierra. He may have held Fryer at second base. That's a good play in the gap, but it's a one-out double for the Twins catcher.
Well, almost what Trevor Plouffe got in the first inning. You know, fell behind 3-2, had to come in with a fastball like Plouffe did, hit it the other way for the RBI single. And that sinker doesn't sink when it's about belt high. You're right, Sierra did a good job of getting that ball in.
The ball went all the way to the wall. I'm thinking Fryer might have gone to third base. Jordan Schaefer tried a sharp single to left his first time up, and then was thrown out trying to steal for just the second time as a Twin. Up and away, ball one. First time through the batting order, and the Twins have 4 hits and a couple of other base runners and 4 runs. One and one. The Twins have run so many players through the 4th outfielder role the last few years. Darren Mastroianni, Sam Fold. A couple years ago, the Double-A Rule 5 guy, Eric Komatsu. And they may have found their 4th outfielder in Jordan Schaefer. He's done a nice job since coming over to the Twins. Strike. I guess the question is who the first 3 outfielders are going to be next year. Will Aaron Hicks stick? Is Arcia your guy in right? When will Buxton arrive instead?
Yeah, a lot of questions for the Twins over the wintertime.
2-2. Schaefer drives another one to the corner, and this one will twist foul by about 5 feet. It's 55 degrees, it says on the scoreboard there.
A little bit of dampness in the air, though. Turned out to be a nice day. Ask Corey.
My goodness. He looks miserable.
And he's not even working with Dan Gladden.
2-2. Schaefer stays alive. The extended forecast, the homestand is supposed to be in the 60s, I guess, for the at Target Field for the homestand. Should be some nice autumn weather. Even though autumn hasn't started yet. Maybe we won't have an autumn. We'll go straight from what we've got now to winter. Rapid City got over a foot of snow the other day. Another 2-2 to Schaefer. And he hooks this one in. Foul down the right field line. And Schaefer cracked his bat in the process.
30 pitches for Carroll in that first inning, and the next pitch will be his 20th here in the second. Carroll coming off a pretty good start in his last start in Cleveland. 7 very good innings, allowed only 2 runs. Now he lost that ball game 2-0, but pitched well. 7 innings through 101 pitches. He's got a chance to throw that many in 3 innings.
Another 2-2 to Jordan Schaefer. Pickoff throw to second. Fryer was heading back to second before Ramirez started to go to second. 3-2. Boy, there's just no pace to this game at all. Carroll with 10 losses on the year. Logan Darnell looking for his first major league win. Maybe that's to be expected. Dozier hoping for a chance with some men on base.
Well, here you got it. Carroll has 21 ground ball double plays, and yet we have not seen him work down a lot of pitches up in the zone. There's a good sinker, but it's low.
Good sinker, but a better walk by Schaefer. He fouled off a whole bunch of pitches, and he finds himself on first base again.
A second walk for Carroll.
9 games left at home, and they're all in sequence. 1 homestand left. And you can take advantage of the single game suite rentals at the ballpark. They'll accommodate groups of 16 to 96. You can choose from Premier Suites, the flexible event suites, or the very spacious Skyline Suites. Find out more by visiting twinsbaseball.com or by calling 800-33-TWINS.
We got a couple teams coming in for playoff burst. The Tigers, and then the Indians, and then the Arizona Diamondbacks will be coming in.
Here's Dozier, hit by a pitch his first time up. Finally came around to score his 100th run this year. Strike call on the outside corner. Have you been in a suite at Target Field for a baseball game yet?
Yes, I have. Very nice.
What game? You're up here working.
Well, it was for the All-Star game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that was a game at Target Field.
Yes, it was.
Very nice suites.
Popped up. Looks to be some room here for Fegley. And he makes the catch. Dozier retired, 1 away. 2 away. We'll bring up Mauer.
Now, after the game, I had some time in the suites, like Marty Davis's suite with Cambria. Very nice suite. I think you and I should get a suite one time. We'll just do a game from there.
We could do that. We've done them from left field before. How about like the Metropolitan Club? We could do the game from the Metropolitan Club where down the right field line, really
might
great.
Be hard to see.
Never stopped him from putting us in left field.
Well, that's true. Here's your monitor. Good luck.
First and second, 2 down. Twins trying to add to a 4-3 lead. They got 4 in the first. The White Sox got 3 in the first. Paul Molitor wanted no part of that on a cool night. Say I blame him. 1 strike.
Okay, I got to ask you, when's the last time we seen Joe hit a ball in the air down the right field line?
Yeah. Again, when you look where right fielders are playing him, there's a big open spot down the right field line, and there has been most of the year.
It's not as much, that way, but also out in right center, a lot of room. If he can do what Plouffe and also Fryer were able to do,
hit it right over the second base umpire.
That would score Schaefer from first base for sure.
One and one to Mauer. And swing, but it'll be a strike. 1-2.
Pitch number 57 for Carroll.
Chopped to second. And the Twins strand 2 in their second inning. You're watching the Twins and White Sox, brought to you by the all-new Chrysler 200.
White Sox. Phil Hughes fanned 11 batters in the first half of this doubleheader today. That's a new career high for him. We mentioned the afternoon shadows may have helped him, but regardless of that, that snapped a streak of more than 2 years since a Twins starter fanned 10 or more. And Hughes said afterward, believe it or not, we starters are aware of stuff like that because closer Glenn Perkins likes to remind them of that with being a big stats guy. So, guys, the streak is over, and it's really no surprise that Phil Hughes was the guy to end it.
Yeah, very nice. You have to realize that, we talked about the sun, but a lot of those strikeouts came in the first 3-4 innings before the shadows started to creep up on him.
Phil Hughes said he thought he had perhaps his best fastball of the year, and that in combination with the field conditions or lighting conditions helped everything. Fortunately, the Twins still lost the ball game 5-1, and now Darnell, hoping for a much better second inning, delivers strike one.
Yeah, 35 pitches for Darnell in that first inning, and then able to get Garcia out on one pitch.
Fly ball to center.
There you go.
2 quick outs. And that'll bring up Alexei Ramirez.
Trust your stuff, trust your defense.
Well, he could be forgiven for not trusting his defense. He should have had a quick first out on the drop pop-up.
Yeah, 3 runs, a 3-run home run by Garcia, but only 2 earned runs.
Here's Ramirez. Darnell got him on a ground ball to Plouffe in the first inning. Saw Ramirez do this against Phil Hughes. Just putting his hand up the bat barrel and kind of squaring away, and he's looking directly at Kenny Vargas at first base.
Yeah, do us a favor. I mean, here's a guy that has tortured the Twins staff by long balls. Go ahead and bunt with 2 outs.
And he does it again, and the same result. Hughes, who can throw strikes, fell behind Ramirez 2-0 with him doing that. And now Darnell falls behind 2-0. Do it a third time, 3-0.
He's kind of looking at Vargas at first base, kind of, just playing a little cat and mouse game with Vargas. Now looking into the dugout of the Twins.
I know you don't want to walk this guy with Abreu in the on-deck circle. I do know that. There's a strike. Now flipping the inside corner. Cooper having some words with Eric Fryer about something. Don't know what was going on there. 3-2. Ramirez gets timeout. Foul. This will be the 45th pitch for Logan Darnell. To left. Parmalee back. Make the catch. Much better inning for Logan Darnell as he sets the White Sox down 1-2-3. Home run in the first inning. Our Sanford Health injury report might be the end of the season for Justin Morneau. A left intercostal strain. It's in the rib cage area, listed as day-to-day. Former teammate Josh Harrison actually starting play today, hitting at .318. So Morneau's second in the National League in hitting. He's got a couple of former teammates, and Denard Span and Ben Revere above 300 as well. Here's Kenny Vargas leading off the Twins' third, and there is ball one.
Yeah, Ben Revere coming into today's play, hitting .307, and Denard Span .301.
Yeah, Andrew McCutcheon hitting .311, Buster Posey .310. 1-0 to Vargas.
Yeah, Buster Posey's the one that's been hotter than heck. Giants playing very good baseball. Beat the Dodgers last night, 9-0.
1-1 to Vargas, fouled out in that 4-run first inning.
Watch it.
The screen in front of the Twins dugout.
Best thing baseball did right there. Put screens in front of the dugouts.
Eduardo Escobar, his teammates protected. 1-2. 2-2. Pole shift in the infield and the outfield against Vargas. Now full count. Full count. Twins first baseman. Off the end of the bat, a little short fly ball right. Let's see, catch one. And you can now, for the second time today, tweet your photo using hashtag NorthFanPhoto and a chance to have it shown in an upcoming game broadcast brought to you by AT&T.
Now, if you say you tweeted a photo and it wasn't, we didn't use it.
If our panel didn't pick the one,
you can just retweet the same one.
Here's Plouffe. Down and away, ball one. And I just want our viewers to know that you and I have nothing to do with the selection of the fan photo of the game. I think you and I were on the photo.
But we had nothing to do with it.
From a golf course somewhere in North America. 1-1. But we weren't involved in the selection process at all. It's a good thing there's
never ask us.
It's a good thing there's no prize money involved. Otherwise, people would think there might be something crooked going on. High fly, short center this time. Sierra waits and waits and waits. 2 down. I'm going to bring up Arcia. Arcia with the biggest swing of the game, hitting a 3-run home run to right center field in the first. Give the Twins at the time a 4-0 lead. 17 home runs, and got a chance to catch and pass Brian Dozier, I suppose, before the season is out. Dozier stuck at 20, or has been for a while. And Arcia hits it into the shift. And it's a 1-2-3, top of the third.
in the first for the Twins. It was Trevor Plouffe RBI single that gave the Twins a 1-0 lead, and then a 3-run home run by Arcia, his 17th of the year. 4-0 Twins lead, but in the bottom of the first, Arcia, big 3-run home run for the Chicago White Sox.
That's where we're at. Bottom of the third. Jose Abreu will lead things off. First pitch popped a mile in the air. And Vargas. One pitch, one out. Well, you look up and Darnell set down 6 men in a row.
Yeah, only 10 pitches used in that second inning, and that's what you'll like to see, those first pitch outs.
Coors Light Cold Hard Facts brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light.
Yeah, Nelson Cruz leading now with 39, and Abreu has not hit one in a while. Kind of stuck on 99 runs batted in for a while too.
Garcia drove in 3 with a home run. Looks like he got a hanging changeup, you think? And
it looked like a changeup.
Okay,
yep.
all right. Remember the good old days when shortstops would hit 40 or more home runs? How they did it, we didn't know at the time, but you had Tejada, you had Alex Rodriguez, all these guys hitting 40, 50, 60 home runs. Those were shortstops. Now, Ramirez with a home run earlier today, he's leading all American League shortstops in home runs with 15.
No steroids mentioned in his name.
2-0. How can you be in Chicago for as long as Ramirez has been in Chicago? All the deep dish pizza they have here, and he still looks like he did when he showed up. 2-1.
Some guys, you know, I mean, we're out there, you know, people that are probably watching. Some people just walk by a pizza place and they gain 5 pounds, and other people can eat a whole pizza and not gain anything. I'm just so happy to be one of those guys that walk by. And
2-2. High expectations for Garcia here on the south side of Chicago.
Yeah, he came over from the Detroit Tigers, second season. Got surgery earlier this year, as you mentioned, Dick. But he's back playing here in September. Just 23 years old. I remember when he was with the Tigers, everybody, because of his stance and everything, kind of built a little bit smaller than Miguel Cabrera. People were comparing him to Cabrera. But Garcia, you know, it took Cabrera a while with the Marlins to be the player that he was, and the White Sox are hoping that they got a pretty good young player in Garcia.
The Tigers, Garcia never showed much power, but we've seen his ability to drive the ball a long ways. He had a 3-run home run his first time up tonight. Taken low, he can take a walk with 1 down, and that'll bring up Viciedo.
And the second walk for Darnell.
On September 17th and September 24th, Rasmussen College is sponsoring Student Night. Student tickets are available day of game only at the Target Field box office. You can get a standing room only ticket for $5. Limit 1 ticket per student with a valid student ID from any school in Twins territory. Half swing, but he went strike 1, and another nice block by Fryer. Viciedo single, got as far as third base. As it turns out, Darnell stranded 2 runners in scoring position in the first inning. It was a 4-0 lead, very quickly 4-3, but he did strand a couple of guys, and as of right now, hanging onto that 1-run lead, another check swing, and this one ball 1. had sent down 6 men in a row after retiring just one of the first 6 batters. A 1-out walk to contend with here in the 3rd. Big swing and a foul, 2-2.
Yeah, we've talked about the Cuban connection that they have here in Chicago. Ramirez, Viciedo, Abreu, Nieto, the backup catcher.
Swing and a miss. Viciedo on strikes. And again, Fryer digging a pitch out. He's very good at blocking pitches, and that time he caught strike 3.
Yeah, second strikeout for Darnell. Stayed with that breaking ball on Viciedo. Might have been the changeup right there. Viciedo swinging wildly, striking out.
2 down. You mentioned all the Cuban players on the White Sox. It would. It's hard to quantify, but you can imagine having that strong Cuban presence on the roster might have had a lot to do with Abreu coming over and really swinging the bat and playing like he'd been here for 5 years already. Taylor singled his first time up, chopped a single through the right side of the infield. Strike 1. Fastball 90, maybe 91, but not much more than that. But times we've seen Darnell able to spot it in a good location. He's got Taylor to take 2 of them at the knees.
One time, Michael.
There's the runner. The pitch grounded through the hole on the right side. Garcia rounding second, on his way to third. They put up a late stop sign. Garcia scampering to third. Joe McEwing put the stop sign on it for the second time already in this ballgame. Michael Taylor's just chopped a base hit through the right side of the infield.
Yeah, Garcia taking off right there. Dozier was the one to cover second base, left that big hole open for Taylor to shoot it into right field. You saw Joe McEwing right there holding up Garcia at third base.
Sierra and a dribbler in front of Plouffe, who made a nice play. And the White Sox have the tying run at third now with 2 down. Slow breaking ball. It's called a strike. See Darnell throw that one very often. Got ahead of Sierra.
Come on, Marcus. Come on, Marcus, pick him up.
1-1. Miss, 1-2. Sierra goes for a bit of a walk. Darnell leaves 2 runners aboard. It's a big strikeout of Sierra with the tying run at third. Cincinnati hoping to get a split of this conventional doubleheader. They lost both ends in Cleveland. Here's the road ahead. A day game tomorrow and then 9 home games. 2 of them against teams fighting for postseason play. Those would be Detroit and Cleveland, not Arizona. And then 4 potentially critical, intriguing games in Detroit. Just think of what those games might mean for the Tigers. First pitch hammered on one hop to Garcia, who has some problems handling it, but he makes the play 1 away. It might be the division championship at stake in those 4 days. Of course, a lot depends on what happens with the Royals and the Indians too. It might very well be Detroit's playoff stake in whatever capacity. I mean, it's entirely possible they're not going to get in the playoffs at all. Cleveland is the lead on Detroit right now, 4-3. Kansas City leading Boston 5-1. They're in the middle innings of those 2 games. And if those scores hold, then Kansas City will be back in front. Kansas City's got kind of a weird situation. They started a game in Kansas City. Game was suspended in the 10th inning with the Indians up by 2 runs, so they've got to complete that game in Cleveland.
Yeah, starting the bottom of the 10th inning, and then they'll play their normal game, their regular schedule game.
1-1 to Parmalee. Fly ball to center his first time up. Swing and a miss. Pitch down in the dirt. 1-2.
First 2 innings, a lot of pitches for Scott Carroll. Total of 57, but a quick 1-2-3 inning in the 3rd on 10 pitches. He's retired the last 6 Twins.
Notice you've joined me standing up. Well, you can stay warmer if you stand up.
Move around a little bit.
Yep. I've resorted subconsciously now. I resorted to what I do when I'm ice fishing in the wintertime.
Too, you think, game 1 you're sitting. We sit a lot. It's nice to get up and move around a little bit.
Right. Probably fouling it up against his midsection again. See, now in the wintertime, when I'm sitting on a bucket ice fishing, I get cold outside, I'll get up, I'll stand up, and instantly feel warmer. And then as the chill starts settling in a little bit, I'll do some jumping jacks. I know you're a big fan of jumping jacks.
Jamie's back up here, staying warm.
2-2, and Parmalee takes off the plate. Now I'm at least a couple innings away from doing jumping jacks up there. So
jumping jacks are a lost art.
Do you even teach kids how to do that in school anymore?
They should. They should.
Full count.
Did a lot of jumping jacks when I was a player. That was good movement on that pitch right there. Kind of froze Parmalee. Carroll picking up his first strikeout. Take a look at the movement on this pitch. Watch Parmalee's reaction. Whoa, the ball came back. Good movement.
2 down. That'll bring up Fryer. Now are you joking? You did a lot of jumping jacks?
Yeah, we did. I always started, with doing jumping jacks. You move everything around.
Every day?
No. I mean, when I'm ready to exercise. When I'm ready to,
once every 5 days.
No. I didn't exercise on the day I pitched. No, I just backed up third.
1 strike to Fryer.
At home. Didn't you ever see me doing jumping jacks?
I saw you
backing up third.
I saw you do a lot of running in between the days you pitched.
Yes, I did.
Actually, I saw you running out. I never saw you running back. For all I know, you ran out 100 yards and took a cab back.
That was the old. Well, I can't say that. No.
2 strikes to Fryer. Dug out by Garcia. And a 1, 2, 3, 4th inning. Bert's doing jumping jacks.
Yes.
There you go.
There we go. Yes.
Stay tuned for this important message from Mesh Besher and Spence. powered by the all-new Chrysler 200 with available all-wheel drive, America's import. I stopped counting at 75. You had a nice little workout there.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. I feel a lot better.
Do you? Warmer? That's the idea.
Yep.
Let's have a 4-3 lead. Neither team has scored since the first inning. Josh Fagley will lead off the fourth against Logan Darnell, who's put together a couple of scoreless innings here. Did give up a walk and a single in the third, but he's given up 3 runs, but his night might be better measured by the men he's left on base. He had a chance for that first inning to completely blow up in his face, and he got a couple outs. Now a quick out here with a hard ground ball hit right at Vargas. One away here in the fourth.
Yeah, Vargas playing off the line a little bit, and Begley jumping on that first pitch, hitting a ground ball out. 66 pitches thrown now by Darnell. A couple walks, 3 strikeouts.
Talked earlier about Twins having some jobs open in the rotation, obviously. And boy, if you're left-handed in an organization that doesn't have much left-handed starting pitching right now, Tommy Milone unable to take his regular turn in the final month of the season, may, I guess, not pitch at all again this year until his neck gets better. He won't pitch. The Twins thought they had a left-handed starter in Scott Diamond, and then that, after 12 wins one year, he couldn't find any success after that. 1-1. And another called strike. Aaron Cooper hearing it from the Chicago dugout. One and two to Leury Garcia. All third strike.
Strikeout number 4.
I don't know how long it's going to last, but it looks like Logan Darnell's hit a bit of a had some traction anyway in his night.
A pretty good breaking ball right here.
2 down quickly in the fourth, and now Marcus Semien.
It's not a strike when it goes around the plate.
Strike 1 on the outside corner. Semien reached after a Dozier error on a pop-up. Ball was in Dozier's glove, but then his legs got tangled up in Vargas's legs in foul territory. Semien then cracked a double down the left field line. 0-2 quickly from Darnell.
He's pounding that strike zone now.
Missing up. '75th pitch coming up. Darnell would like it to be his last pitch of the fourth inning. High fly to left. Harmony under it. Now coming in.
A little change up right there, creating your third out.
Good inning for Logan Darnell.
Twin fans, and Twin fans, don't forget at Twin home games, you bring your Circle Me signs. You might find yourself in the Minnesota Lottery Winner's Circle where you could win $100 worth of lottery scratch-off tickets, courtesy of the Minnesota Lottery.
Twins have a 4-3 lead. They got 4 runs in the first. White Sox got 3 runs in the first. Jordan Schaefer singled in the first inning, but he was thrown out trying to steal.
Both starters settling down. Scott Carroll now has retired 8 straight.
Inside, ball 1. Just watching you do the jumping jacks, I'm warmed up enough that I'm going to sit down.
You're going to sit down now?
High fly to center, hit pretty well. Going back is Sierra, and he's under it to make the catch for him. We absolutely spot on nailed the Carsoup.com trivia question this afternoon. Here's tonight's question. All time, which Twins player has scored the most career runs against the White Sox?
Wow.
There's somebody who
played for a long time. I think Tony Oliva.
He's the first guess that I've got. Yeah, Dozier taking the strike.
Maybe Mr. Carew.
Ooh, I like that one better.
How about Harmon? In all those years, what, 18 years with the Twins?
The home runs alone.
Yep.
Two strikes to Dozier. Hit by a pitch, did score his 100th run of the year in the first inning. Fouled out to Fegley in the second. Why it took teams so long, we pointed out Brian hasn't hit many home runs in the second half. He's not getting many pitches up and in anymore. Why it took teams so long to stop pitching him up there, I don't know, but that's the pitch he repeatedly hit out of the ballpark, pulling it down the line. Now he's getting a lot of what he just saw, breaking pitches down and away. It's chopped to third. Garcia throws him out, 2 down. We'll bring up Bauer. Fan Appreciation Weekend coming up next weekend. The Indians are in town. And if you're there, you can win all kinds of great prizes and gifts on Friday and Saturday. And on Sunday the 21st, the first 10,000 kids 14 and under will get a Joe Mauer growth chart. Visit twinsbaseball.com. Call 800-33-TWINS for more info. Again, if you're wondering why if I'm 15 can't I get a growth chart, it's because at age 15 you're rapidly approaching the age where growth is not a good thing. When you were 9 years old, you wanted to be taller, right? Everybody wanted to be taller. And then by age 14, you've probably grown almost vertically, all you're going to grow. And the only growth then is out horizontally.
Yeah.
They haven't made a chart for that. 1-1.
Carroll starting to get more ground ball outs. I think we saw both starters really trying to overthrow the first couple innings, and now getting worn down a little bit, and all of a sudden that sinker's starting to work a lot better.
Mauer fouls it back. 1-2.
Mauer ground ball out in the second inning. And a couple runners on and 2 outs. Carroll with 1 strikeout in the ball game, a couple walks, a hit batsman.
And a foul. Carroll has to feel a whole lot better about how things have gone outside of that first inning. 2-2. Joel played first base this afternoon. Got a hit. He and Kenny Vargas likely will alternate the first base DH positions here for a while. Howard chases. And he's gone. Another 1-2-3 innings for Carroll. You're watching the Twins and White Sox, brought to you by the all-new Chrysler 200. Kickstart fans of the game. Hoping the Twins can win the nightcap. They're up 4-3. Here's Alexei Ramirez leading off the Chicago fifth. Ball one. Ramirez, Abreu, and Garcia facing Logan Darnell, who had a really rough first inning. Some of it not his own doing, but he gave 3 runs of a 4-run lead back. Now this one drilled foul late in the game this afternoon. White Sox got a double that landed on the line. This one ruled just wide of the line by third base umpire Ben May.
Yeah, it was a Jordan Danks that hit that ball. Just hit right on that chalk line.
Ben May called up for this doubleheader.
Ramirez hitting it sharply, but you can see it's a foot foul. Not by much.
1-1 to Ramirez. Inside corner called 1-2. Popped up. It will reach the seats. Seventh inning in Kansas City with the Royals up 5-1. Long on and missed. Logan Darnell gets a strikeout to start the fifth inning.
Yes, fifth strikeout of the ballgame for Darnell. Good hard breaking ball there. Ramirez chases.
Another strike 3 dug out of the dirt by Eric Fryer. One down. Here's Abreu. Walked and scored in the first, fouled out to Vargas on the first pitch he saw in the third.
this bum deep.
Running in. Bowen. Transition for the White Sox, at least in terms of one franchise player fading away and somebody else stepping in, or Daniel Webb warming up. The transition from Konerko to whomever seems to be in pretty good hands, with Abreu signing the big contract and pretty much taking over at first base. Swing. Nope. 3-1. It's odd sometimes when that happens, because it's rare. Someone who's had the impact that Konerko's had here in Chicago, that type of an impact, it almost seems like there's a long period in between. Blasted to right center field. Number 34, and RBI number 100 for Jose Abreu.
You know, Nick, you touched on it in that first game when he hit a double down the right field line and a double down the left field line, how this man uses the whole field. We also touched that down in Cuba. They play about 90 games. And this is a lot of extra games. This is 132 as far as Abreu for the White Sox this year. And the power that he shows the other way, Miguel Cabrera type power.
100 runs batted in for Jose Abreu. One down, and now Avisail Garcia. He hit the first White Sox home run with 2 men aboard in the first. A breaking ball, another swing and a miss. Pitch 89 coming up for Logan Darnell. Slower breaking ball, 69 miles per hour. Counts even now, 2-2.
Nothing ball game. That's the way you have to look at Darnell right now. He needs to get the final 2 outs here.
He's had a couple of 1, 2, 3 innings. Booth has a roll out of his glove. Garcia will reach for a third time tonight. They'll bring up Viciado.
Garcia picking up his second hit. And hit number 7 for the White Sox. Garcia finding that hole, but Booth trying to cover up that hole. Go for it. Ball trickled away.
Ron Gardenhire coming to the mound. That might be the end of the night for Logan Darnell. Some spurts in tonight's game. He retired 6 men in a row out of the first inning into the third, and 5 men in a row out of the third into the fifth. But now the game is tied as he comes out of the game. More outs to qualify for a win, but then the home run by Abreu, and then Garcia with a base hit.
Well, like you said, there were a couple spurts that looked like you were starting to get into a nice groove,
right.
And then, Abreu took that pitch the other way.
Ryan Pressly out of the pen to pitch to Diane Viciedo.
Yeah, 19th appearance for Pressly. He last worked on Sunday against the Angels in the 14-4 ball game. Gave up 2 runs in 1 inning on 4 hits.
Viciedo with a single and a strikeout. Swings through an off-speed pitch, strike 1. Abreu's home run is first in 69 at bats. It's tied the game here in the 5th. Shaving the outside corner with a 94-mile-per-hour fastball. Just getting back is Garcia.
Quick move right there by Pressly. Garcia thought about it, saw his little movement towards second. Just able to get that hand back on the bag.
By Fryer. I think we've seen 2 close pickoff attempts. Viciedo almost picked off in the first inning by Darnell. And Garcia here in the 5th. I think you can see in replay the difference between having a right-handed first baseman and a left-handed first baseman. To catch that throw and drop that tag right away rather than bring it across. Foul back. Royals have such a good one in Eric Hosmer, and we've seen him do it to the Twins. They can pick off throw and just drop it right on the bag and get a lot of runners that way. Go, 1-2 to Viciedo. Hammered to left. Harmony back to make the catch.
Didn't quite get it sharply.
2 down somewhere here at U.S. Cellular Field. Jamie Hirsch.
Thanks, guys. I just wanted to fill you in on kind of a fun story on Ryan Pressly. It was a big night for him last night because he got to meet his childhood and actually current idol, Garth Brooks. He was at the ballpark yesterday just taking BP because he's friends with someone on the White Sox staff. And then he had a concert here in town last night. Well, Ryan Pressly is a huge Garth Brooks fan, and he got up the nerve to talk to him. He ended up getting tickets to his show last night in the 3rd row. He says he's his favorite singer. He's loved him forever, and actually his walkout song in Rochester was Friends in Low Places. So coming off a really big night for Ryan Pressly.
I know Garth Brooks went to spring training camp with the Padres and I think one other team, and they were back in the day, like 10 years ago. He had the connections with some former Twins, A.J. Pierzynski, and he was the runner, and the pitch fouled back to the screen, and there was an inquiry made about Garth Brooks coming to spring training with the Twins, but Terry Ryan thought that would be too much of a distraction, and it never got anywhere.
Yeah, for a while there were a lot of country western movie stars going to different spring training. I remember in Baltimore one year, Tom Selleck was actually in Baltimore taking batting practice. Of course, he's a big Tiger fan.
Right.
But got a chance to meet him and hang out with him a little bit. He also did that in Anaheim. He came out one day and took batting practice when I was with the Angels. Tom
Selleck goes again. Fryer can't get a grip on the baseball. Garcia ends up stealing second base when it looked like Fryer had a good grip on the baseball. Might have had a shot at throwing him out.
Yeah, he saw Garcia a couple times getting pretty good what he thought jumps. Kind of looks in, maybe a hit and run, but Garcia kind of chugging over to second base. He gets his third stolen base in 3 attempts. So he gets in the scoring position with 2 outs.
Going to go ahead run at second now, and a pitch up and in, 2-1. Billy Crystal might have been the first movie star to go to spring training. Of course, went with the Yankees. Two and one. Three and one. First base now open, and Moises here on deck.
And Taylor has a couple hits, both shooting them towards second base and into that hole. And between Vargas and Dozier.
To the inside corner, it's a full count.
Taylor with the Oakland A's the last 3 years, up and down, a total of 26 games over those 3 years, so not a lot of major league experience. His first season with the White Sox, getting traded over in June.
Breaking ball. And Taylor with a check swing. Takes ball 4. First and second, 2 down, and now Sierra. And before this at bat, Fox Sports Supports is proud to collaborate with Stand Up to Cancer, groundbreaking initiative created to accelerate innovative cancer research that gets new therapies to patients quickly in order to save lives now. For more information, visit foxsportsupports.com. Here's Sierra. Cutter down and away, ball 1. Darnell stranded a couple of runners in the first, 2 more in the third, and now Presley hoping to strand a couple in the 5th. Rounder to short. Nunez has a high hop. Fires across to Vargas. 2 men are left aboard, but the White Sox tie it up on the Abreu home run. Might be is brought to you by the all-new Chrysler 200 with available all-wheel drive, America's import. We've been working together 19 years. How many traditional doubleheaders have we done prior to the last 72 hours?
Maybe a handful.
Yeah, one or I'd say 5 or 6, something like that. And we've had 2 of them here in the last 3 days.
I remember the one we did at the Dome, I believe, with Oakland.
That was a scheduled one.
Scheduled, right.
Last, I believe, the last scheduled doubleheader in Major League Baseball.
Daniel Webb coming out of the bullpen. Good job by Scott Carroll after that tough first inning. Able to get through 4 more shutout innings. The game is tied now, but Daniel Webb coming out 52nd time. 63 innings, only 52 hits allowed, 50 strikeouts. Control has been an issue. 38 walks, 5 intentional.
He'll step into the middle of the Twins lineup, meaning Vargas, Plouffe, and Arcia. Vargas 0 for 2 is on a bit of a hitless skid that's brought the average down. 288 now. Arcia with the big swing today, a 3-run home run in the first inning.
You know, these are all extra games for Vargas, too, here in the month of September.
Yeah.
Normally in the minor leagues, we talked a little bit about Abreu. You know, in Cuba, only 90 games. And here, Vargas playing in September for the first time.
Strike 1.
Yeah, Webb with a good moving fastball in the low 90s, a hard breaking ball and a changeup.
1-1. Vargas coming close now to 200 at bats, and it's something that he'll try to improve on as time goes by. He's only drawn 4 walks. Foul back on a pitch to hit there and sent it to the backstop. A foul out and a fly to right.
Carroll had retired the last 11 Twins he faced.
Inside.
There's that hard breaking ball by Webb.
Vargas has been and might continue to be one of those guys that will look really bad for a couple of at-bats and strike out and not look like he's even able to make contact, and then hit one 450 feet. 3-2. As long as he strikes out on strikes, the Twins can take that, but I think they do want him to make sure he stays in the strike zone, particularly on pitches like this. This can be a walk leading off an inning. If it's a strike, that one is taken for a ball, 3rd strike. You don't see him do that very often.
No, you do not. So Webb comes in on 6 pitches, able to strike out Vargas. There's that moving fastball that came back. The top of the strike zone.
1 down, and here's Plouffe. Chop foul, 1 strike.
I just found out that Scott Carroll left with a torn fingernail on his pitching hand.
Oh, really?
He retired 11 straight. I would not touch that fingernail.
Get the super glue out, huh? Another chopper foul, 2 strikes. Haven't really had a scoring threat. Meyer had a 1-out double in the second, but they haven't had a runner at third. Carroll, as Bert mentioned, retired 11 men in a row. Webb gets his first batter. 1-2.
Trevor put the Twins on the board in the first inning with an RBI single. That scored Brian Dozier. And then Arcia followed with a 3-run home run. Trevor has knocked in a career high 74 runs. Leads the club.
Still 1-2. Now 2-2. Deep to left field. Very deep to left field. Plouffe with a home run, his 13th of the year.
That was a no-doubter right there. He got a pitch and just hit a line drive home run and gives the Twins a 1-run lead.
Plouffe fell behind in the at-bat, worked the count even, and then hammered this pitch.
Yeah, that ball right there came right back into Trevor's swing. Dropping the barrel of the bat, a line drive home run. And the Twins, just like that, retake the lead.
Well, home runs in the nightcap, one of them by Arcia with 2 men aboard in the first. Down and in, ball 1. 17th home run of the year for Arcia. Gave the Twins a 4-0 lead. Swing and a miss. Chased out of the zone. 1-1.
Webb giving up his 6th home run of the year out of the bullpen.
Arcia reached around to his back after that swing. And Scotty Elger, the third base coach, gave him kind of a quizzical look. He said, "I'm all right." 1-2. Didn't look like the best swing either. Checked his swing. 2-2. He's had some back issues. The Twins feel in part because of some overswinging in pitches.
He does not get cheated.
2-2.
But when he makes contact, it can go a long way.
Reacting well.
It's more his thumb, I think. The left thumb.
Look at
You see him kind of grab his hand, his left hand.
The count's 3-2. Again, grounded into the shift. It's the second time he's grounded out to the second baseman, Semien, 2 down. Now Eduardo Nunez. Look at our AT&T fan photo of the game. You can tweet your photo to #NorthFanPhoto. A chance to be shown in an upcoming game broadcast. Brought to you by AT&T. Who do we have tonight? Kicker entry in Cleveland, didn't we?
I believe so.
This is a different photo, perhaps. Strike 1. Nunez on the day, a couple of ground balls to third.
I think in those first 2 at-bats, if I remember, they were both on first pitch swings. Ground balls to Garcia at third. But there he swung at the first pitch there. Wide of the bag. 0-2.
2 strikes to Nunez. A pop up near the Twins dugout. And over the dugout.
So some Twin fans down there.
Two strikes to the Twins shortstop. Somebody grunted. Was that the pitcher?
I believe that was Webb, yes.
Glad it wasn't you.
Webb, only 24 years old, originally signed by the Blue Jays back in 2009. Came up as a September call-up with the White Sox.
Drilled to left center field. That's going to run for a while. All the way to the wall.
So will Nunez with his speed.
He's rounding second. He made it to third on about 8 strides, it looked like. The man can run, and he hit it in a really good spot. He has to be helped to his feet by Scotty Elger.
Well, Sierra was shading him a little bit to right center, and that ball left right down the middle of the plate. Nunez gave it a ride, rolled all the way to the warning track. By the time Sierra could get it back in, Nunez and his speed, even though they're wide turns, look at him kick it in.
For a ball that never got more than 15 feet in the air, that was hit awfully hard. And he is at third with 2 down.
His 4th triple of the year. Still one of them, to me, one of the most exciting things to watch is a triple. Twins have now 24 triples on the year.
And I've seen, I don't know, several hundred triples. The most exciting one I ever saw was Ben Revere's when he did the somersault between second and third. Now that was exciting.
Yes, it was.
1 strike to Parmalee. 2-out hit here would provide another run for the Twins. This one hit to right.
Get over his head.
And a running catch at the edge of the track made by Garcia. The Twins get 1 in the 6th on a Trevor Plouffe home run, and it's 5-4. North is presented by Toyota. The annual clearance event is going on now. Toyota, let's go places. By Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine for the everyday competitor in all of us. And by McDonald's. Your McDonald's has 5 extra value meals under $5, including the sausage McMuffin with egg at participating locations. Ryan Presley now pitching with a 1-run lead. In the Chicago 6th, he'll start by facing Josh Phegley. Plouffe with a line drive snag. He hit it hard. Plouffe with the catch. One quick out here in the 6th.
Yeah, good reaction by Trevor Plouffe right there, going to his left. Plouffe playing back a little bit on the dirt. Phegley hitting it sharply. Breaking ball stayed up, but Trevor reaching out to his left to get the first out on one pitch.
Leury Garcia will bat next. Garcia 0 for 2. Outside, ball 1. He got the last 2 outs of the 5th inning, stranding a couple of runners. He delivers a strike to Garcia.
Yeah, Ryan last year stayed with the club the whole year, a Rule 5 pitcher. From the Red Sox organization, had a good year out of that bullpen.
Plouffe bare hands fires. Good play by Trevor Plouffe.
Well, Garcia has good speed, and Plouffe playing in on the grass, anticipating if he bunts, I'm going to come in, and he has only one play, and that's the barehanded. Garcia hustling out of that box, but Plouffe making a very nice play.
2 down in the 6th, and now Marcus Semien. Strike 1. Mentioned before, there's I think a good chance that the Twins bullpen will have a makeover for next year, and I would be surprised if Ryan Presley's not a part of it. You look at the velocity, 94, 95 miles per hour, sharp breaking ball. Looks like he's added a cutter this year, something in between the breaking ball and the fastball.
He had a good year last year. There was talk about him going down to AAA to be a starter, which he was in the Boston organization, but mainly used out of the bullpen in Rochester. Put together a good year down there.
And that's 95, and it came out of his hand, as they say, nice and easy. Wasn't a max effort pitch. It just jumped out of his hand. 1 and 2.
He's straight over the top, too. Creates that good angle.
The breaking ball lifted foul.
Presley last year in his rookie season, 49 games, worked 76 2/3 innings, gave up only 71 hits, 27 walks, 49 strikeouts.
Check to swing, 2 and 2.
I say he's straight over the top. What he can generate with that good hard breaking ball or the cutter, the slider, is that downward plane. Good angle toward the catcher's glove, Fryer's glove. That ball left out.
And the ball hit up the middle for a 2-out single.
I don't care if you stay on top, you leave the ball up. That's hittable right there.
So Twins nemesis Ramirez will hit with the tying run at first and 2 down.
Semien getting his second hit. See where that ball stayed, right there. Semien taking it right back up the middle.
Ramirez homered this afternoon. He's 0 for 3 tonight. A ground ball, a fly ball, and a strikeout. Roller to short. Nunez is the short way. Good inning for Ryan Presley. Facing just 4 men, and the Twins hang on to a 1-run lead. looking for a split.
All the runs coming, most of them in the first inning. Arcia, after a Trevor Plouffe RBI single, hits a 3-run home run, gives Twins a 3-0 lead, but Garcia, 3-run home run in the bottom of the first inning, made it a 4-3 ball game. Abreu, 34th home run, 100 now. RBIs on the year, and Trevor Plouffe, a solo home run, his 14th of the year. The Twins have a 1-0 lead. Excuse me, 13th of the year.
Catcher Eric Fryer will lead things off in the 7th. Fryer with a double in 2 trips. And nice job behind the plate, helping Logan Darnell through his innings, and Ryan Presley through his. That he's able to play at all is a little amazing after his alma mater, Ohio State, by the skin of their teeth.
What was that final score?
66-0 over Kent State.
That was a good game, I heard.
1-1. Fryer, Schaefer, and Dozier in the Twins 7th. Kansas City's opened up a 7-1 lead over the Red Sox. And Detroit hanging on to a 4-3 lead in the top of the 8th inning at Comerica Park.
Eric Fryer, 28 years old, out of Ohio State, signed by the Brewers in 2007.
3-1.
Came up with the Pirates in 2011 and also spent some time in 12, a total of only 16 games.
Cooper said it was a strike. Fryer was on his way to first.
Last year, Fryer hit his first major league home run. It came in a Twins uniform in Oakland, or excuse me, in Minnesota against Oakland, against Tommy Malone,
who he hopes to catch someday. Swing and a miss. Instead of a walk, Fryer strikes out 1 down.
Webb, starting his second inning relief, gets his second strikeout.
And Robin Ventura coming to the mound. Will remind you that the most popular way to follow September pennant races is with MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball, live look-ins, replay reviews, scores, stats, live radio broadcasts, and the MLB.TV game of the day and more. Get at bat for your smartphone or tablet on the App Store, or visit MLB.com. A pitching change for the White Sox in the 7th.
By a run, this copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the Minnesota Twins. You realize that this is the second time I've read this today, and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins, LLC.
There was a lot of eye contact that time, meaning that you've got it committed to memory.
Some of it, yeah. Been reading it for 19 years. I almost have it down.
Eric Surkamp, the lefty, will come in to pitch to Jordan Schaefer and others.
Yeah, 4 stints for Surkamp coming in to this appearance. His 29th this year with the White Sox. Only 18 innings pitched, 18 hits allowed. He's walked 10, 3 intentional with 13 strikeouts.
The announced paid attendance for this traditional doubleheader, 20,106. Schaefer, single, a walk, and a fly out. One down here in the 7th. Right back to Surkamp. 2 down. And now Dozier. Soup.com trivia question. It probably is Rod Carew, I would guess. The answer. Which Twins player scored the most runs against?
Mentioned, I said Harmon. You mentioned all his home runs. Probably half of those coming on home runs.
Here's Dozier. And first pitch strike. Dozier hit by a pitch. Scored his 100th run on Plouffe's single. Since then, a foul out to the catcher and a bouncer to third. 1-1. Dozen relievers for the White Sox, only 2 lefties. Surkamp and Snodgrass is the other. One and one to the Twins' second baseman. 2-1. With Mauer on deck.
Surkamp selected off waivers by the White Sox from the San Francisco Giant organization. He went through the Tommy John surgery back in March of 2012.
Popped up, backing out of play. 3-2 to Dozier. If Dozier is going to be a cornerstone player as the Twins start becoming more competitive, one of the things that at least he's accomplished this year, we've got 2 weeks left, he's been durable. He had a bit of a back issue midway through the season, but he has played both ends of doubleheaders, things like that. He strikes out to end the top of the 7th inning. The Twins carry a 5-4 lead in the bottom of the 7th. lead here, trying to get a split in this doubleheader. Farmland, what's cooking? Indians hoping to even that series at a game apiece with a win in Detroit. Michael Brantley stepping up, getting a big hit. Home run, his 19th of the year. Alcides Escobar helping lead the Royals to a big lead over the Red Sox. Matt Holliday.
Swinging a good bat.
Yes, he is. Jared Burton coming on in relief of Ryan Presley.
Yeah, Jarrett in his last outing picked up the save in Cleveland, and the Twins only win there last Tuesday. A 4-3 win, his second save of the year. Glenn Perkins available now. Hopefully tonight we'll have an opportunity to pick up a save, but Burton wants a hold here. He has 13 of them on the year. Good job by Ryan Presley, inning 2/3. No runs allowed.
First pitch strike. Right-handed batters due up here in the 7th. Abreu, Garcia, Viciedo, Taylor. One strike to Abreu. Strike 2. Abreu tied the game at 4 in the 5th inning with an opposite field home run. That against
Logan Darnell gave up a home.
One start. Yep. And with that 100th RBI, it took him a while to get it. First RBI in September. Look at the
pretty nice
company he's on or in. Pujols, Williams, Hal Trotsky from Norway, Iowa, way back in the 30s. 1-2 to Abreu. Two and two. White Sox runs scored on home runs. 4 of the 5 Twins runs on home runs here tonight. Hard smash through the hole. Leadoff single in the 7th for Abreu.
Abreu picking up his second hit. Third time he has been on the base pass. He walked in the first inning.
Avisail Garcia. Has reached all 3 times, a 3-run home run, a walk, and a single. Strike 1. One thing is the White Sox have transitioned. We were talking before about Konerko going off into the sunset, and Abreu's here, but now Garcia. They've got size. For the last few years, they haven't been the home run hitting team that we've grown accustomed to seeing when they were with the Twins competing for, division titles and all that. But they have got some size. Abreu's a big man. Garcia is Viciedo, Taylor. A deflection off of Burton right to Dozier. Dozier's going to get his hand out of that glove, let it cool off for a little bit. You don't see that very often. You'll see it on ground balls, but not line drives.
Well, Garcia taking it off the glove of Burton right to Dozier. And Burton, pointed right away to first.
A well-hit line out. Rare line drive where the pitcher will get an assist. I don't think I've ever written down L1-4 before. Now Viciedo. This guy's a big guy. He's got 20 home runs. Moises Sierra, I don't know if he's going to develop here with the White Sox. He's a big guy.
First and third, Tank.
1-1.
Well, White Sox used to have a big guy in the middle that played first base, Mr. Thomas, too.
Yeah. Abreu at first. Two and one. Burton's found the barrel of the bat twice already in the seventh inning. Abreu with a hard ground ball single to left. Garcia's liner that ended up settling in Dozier's glove. Two and two. Hit by a pitch up high, but not, I don't believe.
He got more in the chest area than anything.
Not above the neck, I don't think.
Yeah, it looked like a changeup. Herm Snyder, the head trainer here, out to see if he's all right. Take a look at the pitch right here.
And right off the chest. Maybe hit the hand on the way in.
Yep.
Sends Abreu into scoring position. On away. Michael Taylor will bat. In this doubleheader, we've had 4 hit batters, 3 Chicago batters hit by pitches. Brian Dozier got hit earlier in this game.
None of them intentional.
No. Taylor with 2 singles and a walk. His singles have both been hard choppers through the right side of the infield. And it's hoping to get 2 outs on 1 pitch here. Turned a double play grounder in this doubleheader yet. Missing inside, ball 1.
Burton's had 5 double plays turned behind him.
Popped up, back into the seats, 1-1. Of effective relief. Burton trying to clean up a little bit of a mess here in the 7th. Foul 1 and 2.
See the big swing by Taylor right there. He's out of Stanford University, and I can imagine at 6'5", how big he is with aluminum bat. Great college career out of Stanford, signed by the Phillies back in 2007.
1-2 to Taylor. With a little pop up and landing, I think, in the Twins dugout. got ahead of Abreu and then yielded a leadoff single. Line out off of Burton to Dozier. Cieto with 2 strikes hit by a pitch. Now 1-2 to Taylor. Popped up, should be playable. Vargas. Infield fly rule is called, so that's the second out. 2 away. We'll bring up Sierra. As 2014 winds down, you can look forward to 2015 and maybe think about season tickets for the upcoming season. The interleague matchups this year, visiting the Milwaukee Brewers for a weekend series, the Cubs and the Cardinals, all at Target Field next summer, plus the usual complement of American League opposition. 833 Twins or twinsbaseball.com to first check out the schedule and then figure out how big of a part of it you want to watch next year.
Yeah, 205 days away. In game 1 it was 206 days, but we've been here so long it's 205 now. Until April 6th of next year.
One time, Connor.
Connor Gillespie hitting in what was Sierra's spot. White Sox have left 7 men on, 2 in innings 1, 3, 5. Burton trying to strand a pair here.
Yeah, Gillespie started in game 1. He was pinch hit for in the 8th inning. Went 0 for 3 with a strikeout.
1-0.
Gillespie 3 for 6 as a pinch hitter with a home run.
1-1. It's the 7th inning. I'm sure that's why Robin Ventura has a pinch run for Abreu. Doesn't want to take his bat out of the lineup for the 9th inning. But Abreu doesn't run well, represents the tying run, and he's hardly fleet of foot at second base. Pryor has some words for Burton. Those make a difference too when Burton gives up a leadoff hit when it's not a base stealer, because he's been susceptible to stolen bases. 1-1 to Gillespie. Busted bat, a foul ball with most of the bat ending up near first base.
The barrel of the bat just shattered in the hands of Gillespie.
Splintered.
Right off the end of the bat.
Trying to pitch around the leadoff single and the hit batter. Kansas City beat Boston 7-1. Indians still leading the Tigers late. Just off the corner. Burton stepping onto the grass. He thought he had the outside corner.
I think he wanted that pitch right there.
Two and 2 to Gillespie. To center. Out of the reach of Nunez, and the game will be tied. A soft humpback liner just out of Nunez's reach, and it's 5 apiece.
Boy, Nunez tried to leap. At the same time, the ball was just over his head, and I don't know if he jumped a little bit too early or just out of his reach, but Gillespie, second one that he hit, seemed like right off the end of the bat. Nunez right here, leap, yeah, just over his glove. And Abreu does score for the 3rd time in a ball game.
Burton gives up a couple of hits. So far, the tying run. Go ahead run, obviously, at second, 2 down. Here's Josh Fegley, 0 for 10 on the year. At the knees, strike 1. Fegley hit the ball hard his last time, lining out the blue for third. Two strikes. The 26th pitch for Jared Burton.
Josh, one time.
That ends it, but the White Sox tie it up on a hit batter and a pair of singles. It's 5-5 as we go to the 8th. You're watching the Twins and White Sox, brought to you by the all-new Chrysler 200. Go to the 8th. Joe Mauer will lead it off for the Twins. Yuri Garcia in center field. And Gillespie staying in at third. The Twins can get the lead back here in the 8th. Mauer, Vargas, and Blue scheduled. Surkamp starting the inning. Inside, ball 1. Vargas, of course, a switch hitter, but he's been a better left-handed hitter than right-handed hitter. One and 0. And now 1-1.
That's kind of why I think Robin Ventura brought in Surkamp to face this Schaefer. Got a left-handed hitter in. Maybe we get Schaefer out, and then he struck out Brian Dozier.
Swing and a miss. Speed pitch in the inner half of the plate. And it's 1-2. 1-2. Or with a walk and a run scored in the first. Bouncer to second and a strikeout have followed.
You know, I've just been watching Joe the last couple of ball games. Of course, he's slown out down that left field line a couple of times, and it's got to get frustrating to him after a while. Almost like that breaking ball that he swung and missed. Looked like he tried to pull that ball down the right field corner.
All-code strike with a fastball over the inside corner, one down.
Yeah, Joe questioning the call to Eric Cooper. It almost looked like a little cutter or something that stayed on the inner half.
In the corner. One down. Here's Vargas.
Surkamp striking out 2 of the 3 batters he's faced.
Vargas having a tough road trip. Fouled away. 1 strike. Vargas hitless in the doubleheader. Is called on the outside corner. 0-2. Straight back.
A good swing there. 0-2 pitch. Surkamp got away with one right there.
Fagley into the backstop. 1-2. Disappointing year for both teams. White Sox looking for win number 68 tonight. The Twins looking for win number 63.
The White Sox have played 500 ball here at US Cellular Field. Actually, 1 game over with the win in game 1, 38-37.
He strikes out, 2 down.
Surkamp now has 3 strikeouts in the 4 batters he's faced.
Trevor Plouffe will hit now. He's had 2 RBI hits in the game tonight.
Yeah, in the first inning, he got the Twins on the board with a base hit, and then followed by Arcea's 3-run home run, and then put the Twins up 5-4 with his 13th home run, playing very well defensively. Nice bunt right here, but Plouffe comes charging in, makes a nice play.
Maybe it's Trevor Plouffe's night. See what he can get done here in the 8th inning with 2 down. Strike 1. One and one.
Surkamp has given up 3 home runs, making his 29th relief appearance.
Chased up and away. It's 1-2. Casey Fiend warming up. Twins are open. Burke would pitch a scoreless 7th. Fiend would pitch a scoreless 8th. Perkins would pitch a scoreless 9th. That hasn't happened. Fiend will get the 8th anyway. Down and in. 2-2. I think that's the biggest difference I've seen from Trevor this year. Much better at bats with 2 strikes. We saw it in the first inning. He had 2 strikes, got the count even, and then got the RBI single. It just comes with time. And he strikes out. 4 straight strikeouts for Zerkin. Obviously strikes out the side in the 8th.
Thank you, Tommy.
Twins aren't facing Chris Sale in this series yet. In this doubleheader so far, they've struck out 24 times.
Well, Casey Thien coming out of the bullpen, making his 69th relief appearance. He's been used more than anybody out of that bullpen. 59 in the 3rd innings, 59 hits, 10 walks, 48 strikeouts for Casey.
He'll face Leury Garcia, Marcus Semien, and Alexei Ramirez. First pitch fouled, 1 strike. Did you care whether the umpire threw the ball back to you, or did you want the catcher to throw it back?
No, it didn't matter to me. Some umpires don't want to throw it back.
Some of them can't.
Yeah, right. But Eric Cooper can't. Steve Palermo, when he would throw it back to me, actually he threw it back harder to me than I threw it to home plate. He had a pretty good arm.
2 strikes to Garcia.
Ken Kaiser would roll it out to you.
1-2. Garcia 0 for 3. 2 grounders to 3rd. And a strikeout. 2-2. Garcia winding it back. As long as it's on target, you don't have to jump or lunge to your left or right. You probably don't care whether the guy drop kicks it to you.
I got a lot of new balls too.
2-2. Eric Cooper's going to do it again. Watch it. Bam, right there.
Right there. He's got good control.
2-2. Struck him out with a mid-90s fastball. One down. Bring up Semien.
Casey Fiend just rearing back and letting it fly. Good fastball. Right past Garcia.
Casey, of course, features that cutter, and I suppose he or the catcher feel like gotten into too much of a pattern, want to mix it up with a four-seamer. Plenty of fastball there at 95. Strike one to Semien. Detroit held on to beat Cleveland 5-4. Crushing loss for the Indians. They've gone to Detroit now and lost twice up there. Big pop-up behind first. And Vic Carapazza eventually got out of the way of Vargas. That would be a terrible thing for an umpire to do, to get run over by Kenny Vargas. 2 down. That'll bring up Ramirez. Ramirez 0 for 4. A couple of ground balls, a fly ball, and a strikeout. Up and in, ball one. Logan Darnell started. Took the game into the 5th inning. Ryan Presley picked it up there. Through the 6th with the lead. 1-1. Jared Burton gave up a 2-out single to tie the game in the 7th, and now Fiend trying to put together a 1-2-3-8. To Bluth, and it's a 1-2-3-8. On to the 9th in a tie game. Haven't trailed in this game. They've had as much as a 4-run lead, a couple of 1-run leads, and now going to the 9th, we're tied. Arcia gave them that 4-run lead with a 3-run home run in the 1st inning.
Eric Surkamp out there. He's struck out 4 of the 5 batters he's faced, 4 in a row.
Arcia takes a slow breaking ball, strike one. Since the home run, Arcia has hit a ground ball into the shift twice. Semien, the second baseman, thrown him out from short right field. 0-1. Arcia, Nunez, and Parmelee with activity in the White Sox bullpen. It's into right center field and down for a hit. Arcia dropping a single in front of center fielder Garcia. Or a Semien, I should say.
Watch Garcia right here. A little bit off the end of the bat, so that
he's got a hand problem.
Yeah. Ouch.
Left thumb area is what he was, and when I saw him reaching for his back, he might have been doing something to try to support his thumb. He'll come out after a leadoff single in the ninth. Thumb area. He has delivered a leadoff hit here. Aaron Hicks is hiding behind Viciedo. He's the pinch runner. And Jake Petrichka comes in for the White Sox with the go-ahead run at first and nobody out.
Yeah, Petrichka, the closer here in Chicago, 13 saves. Making his 61st relief appearance, 58 hits allowed in the 68 innings pitched.
Nunez the batter. He tripled his last time. Had to double check today and settle this, we think, once and for all. Directly from Jake. His last name is pronounced Petrichka. And in Northfield, where he was born, apparently they pronounce it Patrica. But we'll go with what he said. There's a nice bunt up the line, and Petrichka underhands it. Sacrifice complete. Hicks going to second base.
Yeah, good job by Nunez right there. Asked to lay down a bunt, and he does his job, and that gets Hicks in the scoring position.
That'll bring up Parmelee.
For Nunez, his third sacrifice of the year.
Parmelee 0 for 3, drove in a run with a double in the first game today, trying to get Hicks around from second base with the go-ahead run. Strike one called.
Trisco with a very good fastball in the mid-90s, hard slider and a changeup.
Lifts one high to left center field. Chasing it is Semien. And the ball drops on the track. Hicks held at second to tag, and he will not score.
Oh, where's Parmelee going?
To third with his head down in an absolute base running disaster. And both runners, I think, are at fault. Hicks was almost standing on second base as the ball was dropped or landed in left center field. He had no chance of scoring.
Well, I think Hicks thought that ball was going to be caught. He did come out a little bit, about third of the way, and then headed back. Watch Aaron Hicks right there following the ball, and then kind of went back to the bag, was going to tag up, but then that's a ball you anticipate is going to be caught. It did not, but Chris Parmelee, with his head down, as you mentioned, round second, and then it is an easy tag out.
Twins should have had the go-ahead run. Or at the least should have had second and third, one out. Kurt Suzuki will hit for Eric Fryer. The go-ahead run at third, but now with two out. And now Don Cooper to the mound here.
And that's a tough call for Hicks right there, though, because if they catch it, he wants to tag up and can maybe score on a wild pitch.
You know that's what he's thinking, but
right.
He's got to be able to score if that ball hits the ground, doesn't he? That ball was hit 390 feet to left center field.
And as a base runner, Parmelee, you've got to pick up, at least your third base coach rounding second base, and he did not.
Twins have a single, a sacrifice bunt, and a double, but still haven't scored. Suzuki hitting for Fryer, who'd gone 1 for 3. Two down. Hicks at third. Strike to Suzuki.
Suzuki is a pinch hitter, 2 for 6 with an RBI.
Started, got a hit this afternoon. One and one. Couple of bases open and Jordan Schaefer on deck. Down the line and past a diving third baseman Gillespie. Hicks will score. Suzuki to second, and the Twins retake the lead.
Well, another good at bat by Kurt Suzuki with runners in scoring position. That ball just hugged the line
and never came up in the air.
No, it did not.
There was no hop to catch.
Oh, the ball came back over the plate. Kurt kind of reached out right off the end of the bat, and the ball hugged the ground right there. Gillespie dove for it. He could not knock it down. Aaron Hicks scores. Twins take a 6-5 lead.
All those great plays that third basemen make down there, and they all bounce. They come up and allow the fielder to make a play, and that ball just hugged the ground.
And you see Ron Gardenhire talking to Hicks about that. Deep fly ball off the bat of Parmelee.
The Twins have a 6-5 lead. And allows Glenn Perkins to lock in on a save opportunity. Suzuki at second. Schaefer takes outside 2-0. The run is charged to Cirkin. He was left in to start this inning to face the left-hander Arcia. Give Arcia some credit. Sore hand, thumb, whatever it is, he flared a base hit in to start the inning. foul by Schaefer.
That's why sometimes this game isn't fair. I mean, Surkamp pitched great. They faced, what, 5 batters? 6 batters. He struck out 4 of them, gave up the base hit to Arcia. Right now, the go-ahead run is charged to him.
Made all the sense in the world for Robert Ventura to leave Surkamp in there. With Petrichka warming up, you see closers or managers do it all the time. The home team in the 9th inning in a tie game, you're not going to have a save opportunity, so bring your closer in. But Surkamp left in, and Arcia just a pop fly single to start the inning. 3-1 to Schaefer. Nice foul, 3-2. Those are on deck. Strikes him out to end the inning. Despite the base running adventure, the Twins get the go-ahead run and took a pinch hit double by Kurt Suzuki to get it done.
Starting at 110 for the Twins, it'll be Trevor May looking for his 3rd straight win against Hector Noesi, looking for his 9th win of the year.
Now, the last time that Perkins and Suzuki entered the game together in the 9th inning was in the All-Star game.
So
they were able to save the game then, and that'll be the hope for Twins fans that they get it done here in the 9th. You got to face Abreu, Garcia, and Viciedo. With the Twins up a run.
Well, Perk's been bothered a little bit his last outing last Thursday by a little bit of a stiff neck, and maybe this, because what we saw was Perk the last 3 or 4 times out didn't really have that good fastball. And maybe the little break off will get that fastball back for Perk.
Suzuki drove in the go-ahead run. He will stay in and catch. Danny Santana taking over in center. Abreu takes ball 1. Aaron Hicks in right after his pinch running appearance. There's Marmoley in at first base.
And Schaefer going from center over to first base, or to left field, excuse me.
1-1.
So good speed in the outfield.
As fast an outfield as the Twins have had in quite some time. Hopefully they won't need it. 1-1. 2-1. Abreu has scored 3 runs. Walked and scored in the 1st, homered in the 5th, singled and scored in the 7th. sits with that fastball at 94 miles per hour. It was a neck issue that bothered Glenn, different than the neck issue that sidelined Tommy Malone. It was on his throwing side. Time called for some reason.
Well, somebody there in the front row with a light or something.
Really?
Trevor Plouffe was asking the umpire to have her turn the light off her camera, whatever she was doing.
Are you ready for that 95 mile per hour fastball? And he fouled it straight back.
Perk's strikeout pitch, not only the good fastball, that hard breaking ball down and into right-handed hitters. Straight over the top breaking ball. Staying with the fastball.
Struck out 122 times on the year. Slider.
There's that slider just left up. If you get that maybe down and in, he may swing over the top of it.
Foul tip. Got a piece of Suzuki, but he couldn't hang on. 4 2-strike fouls now. The guy who strikes out a lot, he's
making contact.
Yes, he is. Numbers against Perkins. One All-Star facing another. To swing and miss or pop it up, anything.
That wasn't a bad breaking ball, but Abreu just kind of golfed it out. Get out of there. Get out of my kitchen, down and in.
$122 walks, 122 strikeouts, and 43 walks. 6 2-strike fouls.
Battle right here between Perkins and Abreu. Perk trying to get that first out here at the bottom of the ninth. Oh, nice one-handed grab by the fan. Pitch number 12 in this at-bat.
7 2-strike fouls. And now a full count. Garcia on deck. And while the White Sox didn't pinch run for Abreu in the 7th, if he gets aboard, they almost certainly will in the 9th. Full count. Popped up. Harmony chasing him. Spins back into the seats about 3 rows deep. Eight 2-strike fouls. Inside. What a walk taken by Abreu.
That is an outstanding walk. What a great at-bat.
man is on, and before Abreu can get to first base, Jordan Danks is right on his heels to pinch run for him.
Just missing down and in.
Perkins literally filled up the strike zone but missed on a 3-2 pitch. Danks the pinch runner. Avisail Garcia the winning run at the plate. For a strike.
Garcia, a couple of hits in a ball game, big 3-run home run in the first inning, and then an infield base hit in the 5th.
Chopper to short. They've got Long, and no chance for 2. Fielder's choice. Garcia inherits first base, 1 down.
Yeah, the ball just not hit hard enough for Dozier to think maybe about throwing to first. Make sure you get one, and that's what Nunez's job right here is. Quick feed over to Dozier. Garcia, big man, but he got down that line very quickly.
Viciedo. Fouled away, 1 strike. Viciedo with good numbers against Perkins. Swing and a foul, and another challenging fastball by Glenn Perkins.
Well, one thing that these Chicago hitters know, and you saw the good numbers by Abreu and Viciedo, they know they're going to get something hard. So they are up there swinging hard.
2 strikes to Viciedo. On the first.
By Suzuki right there, going after that breaking ball.
Garcia taking off on the pitch, and another 2-strike foul. Looking up there, Perkins has thrown 20 pitches. More than half of them to Abreu to start the inning.
It's been about 9 days for Perk to be out on that mound.
1-2 to Viciedo. Swing and a foul back.
Garcia stole a base in the 5th inning. More on a hit and run than a stolen base. Not a base stealing threat.
It appeared in the 5th inning. Aaron Fryer, the catcher at the time, had a hard time getting a grip on the ball to release a throw. The pitch was in the dirt. Maybe he didn't get it settled in the catcher's mitt and then transfer to the throwing hand. 2-2. 2-2 to Viciedo. Missing inside. 3-2. Taylor on deck.
Yeah, that's a good take right there by Viciedo, too.
Taylor on deck. See if Garcia takes off here on this 3-2 pitch.
Strike him out, throw him out.
Runner goes. Deep drive to left. Viciedo wins it for the White Sox. No-doubter to left field. And the White Sox with a nice comeback in the ninth inning. It started with the Braves at bat. Battled Perkins, and Perk never could get strike 3 past him, and then this.
Fastball right there. Viciedo also with a very good at-bat. Fouled out some good pitches, but his 21st home run of the year, a game winner for the Chicago White Sox.
The Twins end up getting swept here in Chicago. Their doubleheader luck no better here than it was in Cleveland a few days ago.